So you guys all know in the past couple of years, there has been an influx of all these new podcasts coming out. And a lot of these podcasts are headlined by older celebrities, rappers, sports people. I mean, we got so many new podcasts, I don't even know what to watch anymore. But Fat Joe just G-checked NORE about a previous statement naming that his Drink Chaps podcast and the Joe Budden podcast and the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast is the only podcast that matter for the culture. And guess what? When Fat Joe heard this, he went off.
There's two ways you can take this. You can laugh at me and say I'm cap, whatever. In any case, we number one with a bullet. Don't get that fucked up. So what I'm saying is the other day you made a comment. You said the only podcast that matters is Drink Champs, with Joe Budden, and $1 Million Worth of Game. That hurt you? No, it never hurts me. Because I do a lot of shit to hurt him that he don't ever get hurt, so I can't get hurt. Right. We can't even fucking hurt each other. Right. You understand what I'm saying? No, we can't. But what I'm saying is, I've seen a lot of other podcasts. You know, Steve Jack, there's my brother. A bunch of them put in work. A lot of guys are doing their thing.
I feel like Steve Jackson's a hater.
No.
This is the second time. It's the second time hating on me. Like, what?
No, because he been doing. You see, you gotta understand. I thought we was all family. We are.
I thought so too. Like, and if he had a problem, he should have handled that. You know what I mean? But I seen him a couple times, like, and he didn't say nothing to me, and I didn't say nothing to him. But it wasn't no beef. What happened?
I believe he was talking to the statement like. They putting in work in the podcast. It's a lot of guys, Carmelo. There's a lot of different guys putting in a lot of work. When you just say, yo, we the three that matter. Everybody else who don't put in us, we don't care. We just new in the game. And I don't give a fuck anyway. So I'm different. But is there any way to say?
Now, he does have a point there because there's so many different podcasts. Like he said, there's Carmelo Anthony's podcast. There is Shannon Sharp's podcast. There's still No Jumper. There's still DJ Academics. And I mean, like, there's a whole lot of podcasts that literally have a lot of good content. So, I don't really know about that statement right there.
Why did you come up with that decision?
I don't know. It was it's actually the truth. But it's the truth when they say like this. When it comes to hip hop podcasts, we led the way. 1,000,000%. Who invented the podcast space, period, is Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. Anybody, we all owe them a check. Gotta give Ice-T some credit. No, I'm getting there. Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds. That's the first podcast ever, right? Then when you got come to artist podcast, first artist podcast was Ice-T, right? Then after that, this was a nerd space. Combat Jack, yes. Combat Jack.
I'm in jail. No nerd.
Yeah, no. No, but what I'm saying, that overall, that's what it was for. This was like a nerd space. What I'm trying to say, of course, other podcasts matter. Of course, I'm on this show. I'm doing other shows. Of course that. But what I'm saying is, who led the way in this podcast?
It's a golden era.
Yes,
I feel in hip hop. Yes, it's LL Cool J, it's Salt and Pepper, Heavy D, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. You just say, yo, we led the.
Listen, and by the way, if it wasn't for those three podcasts, probably you wouldn't be here right now. Probably a lot of people wouldn't be here right now.
I super agree. I just wish you would have told me earlier there's so many bags in space.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I did tell you. I did tell you. You know what you did? Like you said. No. I did tell you. And you know what you did? You went and started cracking religion on your own. Like you said, you can't.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. It looked like NORE was a little scared when he first started saying some stuff.
And be under nobody. So you're living out your words. You did that.
You know what?
Hold on, I got to finish because you can't just say that and we just go off.
Okay.
You know,
I say that. You said
19 Keys. No. I'm saying. So 19 Keys hit me about the same thing.
Who's 19 Keys?
19 Keys. He has a podcast as well. Yeah. So if I say that, if I say something like I'm the best, and you're offended, what does that mean about you? I'm saying this is my shit. I monkey foot with this game. I got the viewers every single month.
All the best.
I don't have to clout chase. Hold on.
No, you guys are the best.
I don't have to clout chase.
Y'all the kids.
I don't have to diss other podcasts. What I was trying to say was that's the podcast that matters in this milestone at this moment. At this moment leading up. Now, of course, there's gonna be other people. Of course, there's gonna be other people. You know, everybody's gonna have their time. They're gonna have their time. You know what it is in Miami? Miami, you get a restaurant 6 months and then you close down. Gecko, all these beautiful restaurants, they hot. You can't get a fucking reservation at all. But then 6 months, where they at?
Longevity, baby.
Where they at?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me just say something. Not only have I survived this space,
that's right,
but I've been innovative. I've been innovative. When people were chasing other people, I went and I messed with a kid from Virginia. No one was messing with kids and beyond nobody. So you're living out your words. You did that.
You know what?
Hold on, I gotta finish.
I'm not gonna lie, NORE does have a point, and so does Fat Joe. He has a point, but Fat Joe's podcast is fairly new, so I can understand why he didn't name him as one of the top 3 podcasts that matters. But at the end of the day, there's so many different podcasts out there, so many different people. Like, I honestly think Club Shay Shay is one of the best podcasts out. There's also Gil's Arena, where the Gilbert Arenas and Nick Young and Brandon Jennings are all talking about NBA stuff. So when I tell you there's so many different podcasts out that's going crazy, it shouldn't even matter who has the best 3. All that really should matter is what type of content you putting out. Who are you getting to do interviews? Are your people that you're interviewing very exclusive? And this is like one of the first interviews they did in years. That's what makes a podcast good. And also the host. So it really doesn't matter who was first, who was last, who's next, anything. It's just about putting out good content. And to be honest with you, NORE and Fat Joe both put out good content. I just hope that this doesn't spill over. And like NORE says, he said that people be mentioning other podcasts for clout and all of that stuff. So I just hope that none of that clout chasing stuff is happening. But what do you guys think? Do you think Fat Joe was wrong for G-checking NORE on his podcast? Do you think that Fat Joe was bringing up his podcast for clout and for clicks and views because you know it's going to go viral? Or do you think that he was just really, trying to say, you my homeboy and you talking crazy right now? You know we working and trying to get up on the level as you are, but it could all just be for clicks and fun and everything. But let us know what you guys think. Leave a comment and keep it locked.